What's up, lovers of whiskey and watchers of YouTube? I am the Malt activist, and I have with me my favorite whiskey from Campbeltown. Is it my favorite whiskey? It's certainly there in the top 3. I'm of course talking about this gorgeous Kilkerran, 12 years old. Now, Kilkerran and I have had a very long love affair, and I believe it was back in 2013 or 14, I can't remember correctly, but I managed to get my hands on a Kilkerran Work in Progress number 4, which is this whiskey here. Yeah, you see that? Now, if you don't know, and I'm sure you do if you're a fan of whiskey, Kilkerran came out with this Work in Progress series, and so what happened was when their whiskey hit 5 years old, they started selling them as Work in Progress. So Work in Progress, the 5-year-old was Work in Progress 1. So the Work in Progress 1 was 5 years old, and then Work in Progress 2 was 6, Work in Progress 3 was 7, which would make Work in Progress 4 8 years old. And then we also had Work in Progress 5, which is this one. And for Work in Progress 5, 6, and 7, I believe they split them up in bourbon and sherry casks as well. And then finally, and the bourbon cask was a cask strength, which was amazing. And essentially what all this was doing, it was leading up to the final 12-year-old. That's right. Now, what you see here is actually the new bottle, the 2021 bottle. The 2019 bottle, which was 12 years old at the time, was in this shape. So what we're tasting today is the 2021 release. Now, what do we know? We know this whiskey is aged for 12 years. There you go. It's bottled at 46%. And you know what the best part is? It is non-chill filtered, no coloring added. It is the way whiskey is supposed to be made. And it is 70% bourbon barrels and 30% sherry casks, which in my opinion is the best of both worlds. And I like that it's bottled at a lovely 46%, which makes it palatable, easy to drink. The flavors are wonderful. I've already tasted the Kilkerran 12, and so I just wanted to share my notes with you today. I've had this infatuation with Campbeltown whiskeys for the longest time, and Springbank further cemented that fascination that I had. Longrow made it even more, and then when Kilkerran came out, it was just absolutely amazing. And I remember the first time ever that I tasted the Kilkerran Work in Progress number 4, which is this whiskey. I actually took it with me to my whiskey club, who'd actually at that time never heard of the Kilkerran, and we tasted it, and there was a lot of lip smacking going on and saying, whoa, this is a good spirit. So even at that age, even at that young, 7-8-year-old whiskey, it was quite amazing, almost flawless in my opinion. And so when it got to 12 years old, everyone was like super stoked because, I guess it had finally matured. I remember having the boys over and we tasted, I think from Work in Progress 4 to all the way to 7, and then finally the 12. It was just like a good tasting experience. So I'm glad to have this whiskey in my hands today, and let's get on with it. Here you go. I've poured myself a dram in this sexy Malt activist glass, if you know what I'm talking about. Such a good nose. It's robust the moment you smell it. Let's see what tasting notes we're talking about here. We have citrus, green apples, dried apricot, vanilla, a soft smoke, peat, salted butter, and an overall sense of the coast. It's very coastal, if you know what I mean. quite maritime in that sense. It's a lovely note. It's very, very unique to Kilkerran. These combination of aromas make it very, very, very specific to Kilkerran. And you know, they've been producing this 12-year-old spirit for about 4 years now, and I think they're doing an absolutely stunning job. I wish they'd bring back some of their younger cask strength ones. They're still doing it. I know there's a Kilkerran 8 at cask strength, but the one I think which is my favorite was the Kilkerran Work in Progress number 7, which would be an 11-year-old whiskey and bottled at cask strength, bourbon mature. Just absolutely stunning flavors on that. Yeah, I love this nose. I think it's very quintessentially Kilkerran. Hard to find any flaws in it. I can smell the influence of the bourbon barrels and how good that sherry influence in here is as well. Yes, I like it. Nothing wrong with it, and I guess there's nothing left for me to do but dance. Yes, very nice. Medium body delivery. I wish it was a little more viscous, a little more syrupy, but that's fine. I think it works quite well. The delivery is quite big. You know, I can immediately feel it in my mouth and in my chest. Very nice palate. It's quite oily actually, waxy as well. Lots of minerals, citrus, vanilla, herbs, and that awesome smoke and peat rounding off that palate. And you know, just very well constructed, not overly complicated, but I don't think it needs to be. I think it delivers all the flavors on point. Yeah, again, this has such a unique nose and palate that only belongs to Kilkerran, and that combination of flavors is, I think, what sets them apart. And I think it's just absolutely stunning the way this whiskey is constructed. I'm a huge fan of this. I have a bit of a bias when it comes to Campbeltown whiskeys, and you know, Kilkerran is no exception. And since I've been following their journey for over a decade now, it's only natural that you know, I have fond memories of this whiskey. So I'm glad to have gotten this in my hands, the 2021 release. Yeah, wonderfully constructed. Pretty much nothing wrong with this. A very, very unique flavor profile, if I must say so myself. And what else? Yeah, man, I'm so happy. Really happy with this one. Really, really happy. And hey, man, if you can find it and you can get your hands on it, go out and do that. I highly recommend that this one be on your shelf, along with other Campbeltown whiskeys that, I don't know, have somehow mysteriously disappeared off the shelves. I hope they come back soon, and I hope they start pricing them properly. But in the meantime, it is what it is. I'm just happy that we managed to get our hands on this lovely 12-year-old from Campbeltown, and you know, only good things ahead. So thank you for joining me for this whiskey review. I'm the Malt Activist. Until next time, peace.